have made it. I'm running largely because I think that we need some diversity on the board. I think we need some opinions that differ from mainstream. I think that we've got some talents that would be of use to the village and would be used to decision making. I'm sure we've all talked about some of the, I guess, the revale debacle that we've sort of lived through. Well, no, we don't want to go into detail. That's like water under the bridge. It's all over. But we really don't want to see these sorts of things repeated. We look at what's going on with Freightway. We really believe, I believe, as an economist and as somebody who's done planning, who's done budgets, who's worked in public finance, I really believe that this has gone on in something of a willy-nilly kind of manner. And it's something that I just don't understand. I don't understand this kind of planning. I don't understand why no acceptance criteria had been explained and articulated at the outset of this process. What are we trying to do? And there's never any statement, well, we want to do what's best for Scarsdale. Well, what's best for Scarsdale? So I think of three things that are best for Scarsdale. One is I think that our single-family homeowners need some tax relief. Tax relief could be either actually an outright cut in property taxes. That'd be very nice. But at least let's hold the line on property taxes. To the extent that we're going to have development in Scarsdale, let's have development that's accretive to our tax base. So let's look at positive fiscal impact. And what that means is that the revenues to the village are going to exceed any incremental costs to whatever that development entails. That's going to allow us to hold the line on property tax increases. Maybe it'll allow us to cut property taxes. I don't know. But in any event, we want to hold the line on property tax increases. The way that this has been handled, I think, has been in a way that does not articulate acceptance criteria. So I want to see positive fiscal impact. I'm a commuter. I mean, I take the train in the morning, I take the train in the evening. Platforms are jammed. For my morning train, I get in, I stand behind two people who are not waiting for my train. They're waiting for the next train. So they're jockeying for position, not for the train that I'm getting on, but for the next train. We don't need more crowding on platforms. Goodness knows we don't need crowding in our schools. And our schools are costing us enough. They're great schools. We don't need them crowded. We don't need to have to be building new schools, new facilities. We don't need it in Scarsdale. It's not like we have a birth dearth. It's not as if we need the population in because we need more labor. It's not because of our Scarsdale production function. We've got plenty of people. We've got plenty of people in Scarsdale. Plenty of happy people. So my druthers, if I thought baseline, I want to see no increased crowding on the platforms. I want to see no increased crowding in the schools, no increased expenditures on the schools, and I want to see positive fiscal impact. At the end of the day, it really doesn't seem too far-fetched that the best way to go for this would be simply float a parking revenue bond to repair Freightway, to get it working for the next 25 years, Bob? 25 years. And we still got property. And what can we do with that property? We put non-residential, commercial property there, where we get to choose what moves in. So we think about downtown revitalization. We don't have some private property owner who's going to say no to every possible plan that goes in. So, that's sort of where I come in and why I'm throwing my hat in the ring once again with Bob and Sean. I think that we need people who are willing to sort of think outside the box. We need people who are willing to articulate what they're thinking, to articulate criterion. We need people who are willing to basically, Bob just the other day went to Village Hall and he spoke about the expenditures on consultants. We had to do it. Did you mention this? We had to do a Freedom of Information Act request in order to get that information. Why? Why do Scarsdale residents have to file Freedom of Information Act requests in order to get information about what their Board of Trustees is spending? Oh, it's not right. It's not right. We need more transparency. So, again, few of us on the board from Voters' Choice, few of us on the board from the 100-year-old establishment. Be a nice mix, and I think we'll be able to move forward with that. And I think we'd get some good dialogue going.